And welcome to The Compass. My name is Madeline Noonan. I'm the Director of Senior Services for the town of Barnstable. I'm joined today by Donna Marie Burns, our Assistant Director, and Susan Griffin, who is our Activity Coordinator here at the Senior Centre, just to fill you in on some of the upcoming activities and events that we have throughout the month of August, which we're all having a wonderful summer here at the Senior Centre.
What a summer.
There's lots of great things going on, and typically people associate the month of February as the month of love, but we're making love happen here in the month of August. We're going to be screening a very special event. This is a wonderful movie called The Age of Love, and it's a documentary that was made a couple of years ago by a filmmaker whose uncle was a participant at a senior center in Rochester, New York, and they were offering a speed dating event.
That's great.
And so this filmmaker thought there was a great opportunity here to really bring awareness to the issue of older people and love and intimacy, which is something that's kind of somewhat of a taboo and not really talked about. A lot of people think that the older you get, the less that you need some love and companionship in your life, and we know that's not true at all here. And we've actually seen some really great relationships unfold right before our eyes at the Senior Centre. So we were, very interested in offering this movie. We were able to get some funding from our friends of the Barnstable Council on Aging to be able to get the license to show it. And this is going to be so much fun because this movie follows the adventures of a group of seniors, as I said, in Rochester, New York, aged in their 70s, 80s, and 90s that attend a speed dating event, and they feel all the same sorts of excitement and kind of butterflies in your stomach that I think a lot of young people get when they're sort of entering the dating world. and it follows them throughout the whole process, and if they find out if the person that they meet with wants to follow up and meet again. For those of you that may not have heard of speed dating, it's a very interesting concept. So you basically sit at a table with another individual for a defined amount of time. It might be 5 or 10 minutes, really just to kind of have a little icebreaker conversation and get to know a little bit about each other. We're showing this on August 19th. It's a Friday afternoon at 1:30, and we're going to be offering some lovely refreshments to go along with it. So that we ask that you RSVP to 508-862-4750. There's no fee. We ask that you just come with an open mind and an open heart, and you never know if we get enough interest in this. There is potential for us to host a speed dating event. In fact, I actually watched a video yesterday on YouTube about a senior center in Michigan that did a speed dating event, and it was so much fun. They had about 50 people show up.
I was going to say, but it was well attended.
And people not necessarily like they were looking for their soulmate, but somebody to just maybe hang out and spend some time with and take away from the loneliness that a lot of people, may find in life, that maybe they're not looking to replace a spouse they had for many, many years, but just someone to
companionship,
catch a bite with, go see a movie and just spend a little time. And, so we're all for that. So we hope you'll join us on that day. I also want to talk a little bit about a great experience that we had the other day. Our oldest resident in the town of Barnstable, her name is Marjorie Johnston. She was formerly a resident of Hyannis. She is living in an assisted living facility right now, and our Director of Community Services, Lynn Poyant, our Town Clerk, Anne Quirk, and I had the great privilege of visiting Marjorie to wish her a happy birthday. Marjorie turned 108 on July 15th. So happy birthday, Marjorie. This is somebody who has clearly lived a full, happy, healthy life. To sit with Marjorie and hear her speak and to look at her, there is no way that you would ever think that she
was 100
was barely in her 90s. I mean, she is an incredible spirit, and her spunk and her energy and her sense of humor. She has got that wry, witty, she doesn't miss a beat. So we want to wish Marjorie, a happy birthday and many, many more happy adventures in life. And thank you for sharing your life story with us. It was really our honor to be there. It was actually interesting. Anne Quirk had made mention to me that in her speaking and meeting with other town clerks from other communities, that there's something really special in Barnstable in terms of the number of centenarians that we have here. And as we all know, because very recently our second oldest town resident, Dorothy Robinson, actually joined us at the Senior Centre for an event that we hosted about living your life well. And as we said on that day, she could have taught the class.
She was incredible.
And what an inspiration she was too, that she brought in her we did a little talk on being creative, how important, being creative is, to healthy aging. And she shared with the participants the little bookmarks that she makes. Weren't they amazing? The wildflowers that she takes and makes these beautiful laminated, bookmarks. So, it's just amazing to see people at this age, living with such a zest for life.
Don't you think that it really struck me is, as you said, they have a curiosity and a real joy in life and a really positive attitude.
Yes.
And I think that really speaks to their quality of life and why they live so long. I mean, genetics helps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, when you ask people what they think the secret is, to a happy life, I think a lot of it is, kind of taking care of yourself, eating well, being close, having connections to family and whatnot. But I think kind of not sweating the small stuff and kind of being able to let things go has a large part in this. And having a sense of humor is a big part of this. And you can see the little bit of mischief, in Marjorie, which I just loved meeting with her. She was just really an amazing woman. One of the other things we want to talk about for those of you that come to the Senior Centre, when you walk through our doors, you may notice that we have this big board right when you walk in, and we're asking people to share one word that defines what the Senior Centre is to you. And this has been a really fun experience.
It's been a lot of fun.
And a very interactive project. And the reason that we're doing this is, throughout our needs assessment process and looking at our future, what we're trying to do in terms of our future growth is update our mission statement and our vision statement. And we really need to include the voice of the community and the people that participate here every day in that. And so we thought this was a fun idea. Why don't people just come in and write a word? It's a good little mind exercise. I mean, it's been fun because, you tell people one word and they're like, well, there isn't just one word. And I think that really shows to us really how the scope of what we do is very hard to define because we are so many things to many people, and to individual people we are more than one thing. There is such a variety of reasons why people come to us, and to see the words on the board and the board taking shape, the day we put it on there, it was so cool watching the first few people write down words, and now there's barely any room left on the board. But we want to leave that up until there's absolutely no more room to write anything, and then we are going
getting close.
It's getting there. It's our multicolored board, but just to see, what
it's
speaks,
really
what
fun.
what word spoke to you?
Oh gosh, there's so many. Friendship, of course. Haven.
Haven,
Acceptance.
Yes.
I mean, it's just remarkable.
What about you, Susan?
Enrichment.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I liked possibilities. I saw this the potential. And opportunities, escape, which was kind of like, being a haven. But and eclectic, I thought that was great, and diverse, and community, and I feel like the words that are on there really represent
what happened,
all of the things that happen here. So thank you for all of your contributions. And we had actually asked people if they couldn't make it in here but still wanted to contribute, that they could email or mail in their word, which I'm really happy to have received a couple. We've we got one on our Facebook page the other day. Somebody wrote inviting, so that's been a lot of great words. And we are actually going to use this to generate a word cloud. We're going to put all of these words into a little computer program that's going to give us a visual graphic with all of the words represented. And so we're excited to be able to, include them and integrate these words into our updated mission statement that we'll keep you posted on. So all good things. This has been a high energy, fun summer. Moving on to some of the activities that we have going on. Susan, we have like a sewing class that we're starting for adults.
We do. Lorraine Fraser is back. She's amazing.
She is.
She'll teach you how to whip up a skirt or a scarf or whatever is in her closet that's available for people to learn how to sew. And you can have little experience, no experience. You want to come for a refresher. It's $50. It's going to be August 8th, 9th, and 10th from 1 to 5.
I think I might need to take that. She taught us to sew, Susan,
She
a few
did.
years ago, right?
She
But we
did.
haven't really been practicing.
I need to practice.
We need a refresher.
She's
I
very
would love to be
patient.
able
Oh,
to
so
take
patient.
Sue's-
She's so
Very.
and she's so
patient.
knowledgeable. She just loves it.
She's
She
great.
loves sewing.
You don't have to be younger.
No, you don't.
It's never too late.
Nope.
That's right.
At any age, you can learn a new skill. And Lorraine is
Absolutely.
a wonderful teacher, so
Lorraine
we
is a
encourage
wonderful
you.
teacher.
And
And it's only $50 for 3 days, and Lorraine brings most of the supplies.
Yes, she does.
So there will be, if you have a sewing machine, you can bring it. That's portable.
and the information to sign up for this is in
the
compass.
newsletter. That's right. So moving on, we will have online safety tips, which I believe is very important for so many people
Thank you,
these
it
days.
is.
I just got an email the other day about please help me, get me out of here, and it's very scary what could show up on your computer. So Robin
Absolutely.
Putnam, she's a research and special projects.
Can I just say she's been great? She's been
She
coming
is
here,
great.
and not
She
just
really
here, but
is.
she's really been getting out from the state. She works for the Consumer Affairs and Business
Yeah,
Regulation
she's
Office for the state.
really-
And they are so committed to making sure that people are aware
Of what could
and the
happen.
importance of protecting
Absolutely.
your identity and whatnot. So I have to say a great thank you to her. She brings great handout materials.
She
as well.
does.
So
And she's so open to questions, and she's very great, knowledgeable, obviously, in her topic. So you'll learn a lot.
It's one of the most important issues, I think,
Today.
particularly for older adults.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want to see anyone being scammed, so this is an opportunity to learn how not to be. August 9th from 10 to 11 a.m. So
Free.
please sign up for that. Free, yes, free. Most things are free, some things are
They
paid.
are.
And moving on from that, we have a cooking demonstration coming
We
up by the
do.
director
We're
of the
looking
Barnstable
forward to
Senior
Well, actually,
Center.
I'm sort of, the second in command as far as this cooking demonstration. I know my sister is here for the summer, and I will tell you, she's an incredible cook
loves
since
to
a
bake.
very young
We
age.
can't
and,
wait.
she got it from my
know.
mother. My mother is a pretty, special lady and just an amazing baker. And so we were lucky to grow up in a house where there are always lots of sweet treats. And unfortunately, I love to cook, but baking is not my forte. But my sister, got the baking bug at a very young age. So she's going to be coming in and sharing some Irish desserts.
Yes. So as you know,
And-
this is cooking, learning a culture through food. So we have an
That's it.
opportunity here.
Well, we do love our desserts in Ireland, and anyone who's been there for a visit can attest, I think, to the
To that fresh
bakeries
cream.
and how good, all our food is. But so we're going to have a lot of fun. And
I was going to say, they'll have fun with you and Orla.
she's
It will
actually
be a good
it will be
time.
fun.
she's paying a lot of attention to what she's going to do here. So and I think
That's great.
That's
so we'll have a
great.
lot of fun there. And
That
then
will be August 12th from
Yep.
2 to 3-ish. And we're just asking for a $5 donation that helps pay for the food and programming that we have here. We also have the pavilion will be here August 16th, and they're going to do their culinary treat. So what they do is a surprise. So we never know what they're going to bake, but
it's always
or
good.
cook or prepare. It's always good. Everyone walks out of there.
Delicious.
Oh, that was so delicious today.
And Cindy Parker
Cindy's
does
great.
Cindy
a
is
wonderful
great. She's
job.
a lot of fun.
And we should mention, while we're talking about the pavilion, the support they give to our day program, because they do,
Absolutely.
on an ongoing basis, provide a freshly cooked meal for our clients, which is wonderful.
Really great.
It
Yeah.
Very
is. It's
welcome.
greatly appreciated.
So French classes?
French
are
class,
continuing?
August 1st, they're
Allez-vous
continuing. Yes, they've become very popular. so-
Actually, it makes me think of one of the words on the board. I saw it was joie de vivre.
Ah,
And
very
I thought it
nice.
was somebody who maybe came to the French class that
Maybe
thought
it
about
was.
adding that on, which was great.
That begins August 1st and goes through September 26th. It's $48 from 3 to 4 p.m. So,
What about the
Next.
film noir of the 1940s? I will say I am such a fan of classic
oh,
movies.
same here. I love the old movies.
And Humphrey Bogart, and James Cagney, and Barbara Stanwyck, and
That's
Lauren
when
Bacall,
movie stars
and
were
Rita
movie
Hayworth, the
stars.
golden age of Hollywood, right?
Yes.
It was.
Yes, this is Frank Mendoza. This is kind of his hobby. He's actually a school teacher, and he has a place down here in the Cape. So he's going to come and speak about his hobby. He loves the films of the early 20th century.
Oh.
So I've talked to him quite a few times. I think he's going to be very engaging and a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think
very
I
knowledgeable
think you'll have
about.
a very good turnout.
I think he
for
will,
that.
too.
I'll tell you, they knew how to make melodrama. When I think
Yes.
of movies like Double Jeopardy and, it's
Oh, yeah.
some
And the wardrobes too.
The clothes.
They were great.
Yeah.
The clothes
Hair.
were great. Yeah.
That never moved.
So come on and
August
join
18th
us.
at 1:30, and that's going to be a $5 donation as well.
Good. And then August 31st, we have oldies and goodies, songs
Yes.
from around the world with the Victrola Society.
Society / Ice Cream Social. So
There
we
you
will
go.
also
Count us
have
in.
And they've been down rehearsing their repertoire.
Yes, they have.
It should be very entertaining.
Yes, and that's a free event. Come and enjoy a bit of ice cream and some wonderful music with the Victrola Society, August 31st at 1:30.
Good. Now, so what about exercise classes? I know we have a lot of our regular ongoing classes.
Many
Anything-
of them begin the second week of August, and they'll go through the end of September. And as you know, they average $6 a class. Okay, so we have cardio for those of you that want a little bit of a more energetic workout. Then we have arthritic chair exercise for people that may have a mobility issue. Dance for Joy, that's really caught on now.
Oh,
People
yeah.
have really, really loved that. Fit, Flexible, and Fun is a little more demanding on your body.
That's a high energy
That's a
class.
high energy class.
But they
We
are
got some
fun.
high energy people.
We have a
my
lot of
God.
high energy people, more than you think. Of course, our meditation group continues on Tuesdays at 2 p.m., and that's walk-in. And we also have the town nurses doing a mudra class, and that's now going to be every Wednesday at 11 o'clock starting in August 10th, and that's free, and
That
that's
looks great.
walk-in as well. So it's really great for you if you're arthritic, especially. It's a really great program.
And actually, while we mention our town nurse, Peg Stanton, we should mention, that on an ongoing basis, every Wednesday morning,
here.
Peg Stanton actually has office hours at the senior centre, and it's a great opportunity for anyone to come in and just drop in and meet with her. And if you're looking for some health-related information, she's full of just
valuable resources.
And she's very holistic as well in her approach
She
to
is.
healthcare. So but she's actually talking about. I mean, it's not official as of yet because they're waiting to get the equipment. But beginning in the next couple of months, she's going to be able to do like cholesterol screening and glucose screening
That's
here.
awesome. Should be great.
In addition to the blood pressure screening and just advice and information that she gives out right now. So that's going to be wonderful.
It will
Really
be.
nice partnership with our
I'm
public
glad
health
you mentioned
department.
the blood pressure. If you do miss it, we have it regularly on Tuesdays from 9 to noon. If you can't make it on the Tuesday, you could come to Peg on the Wednesday.
she'll do
So
it for you.
she'll take your blood pressure. But we also we're very fortunate to and thankful for Bruce Childs is now offering his Tai Chi classes free of charge because he feels how important it is.
That's amazing.
It is. It really is.
What
so
a great
he's doing a beginner
opportunity.
class, and then for those of you that are experienced, he's offering a full practice program.
Oh, wow.
So it's 1:30 starting. That one begins August 8th. So the beginner class will be at 1:30. The 2:30 class will be for those with more experience.
And actually for balance, which
Oh,
is
for
such
balance,
an issue
that's so
for folks, everyone, the older you get, the higher your risk for a fall, which could be catastrophic. Tai Chi is one of the best, practices that you can undertake free. What a great opportunity.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It is. It really is. So we're very fortunate in that. And then we're bringing back Walk and Talk with Deanna DeRocha. And that's
fun.
going to start a Walk and Talk. She says, let's move. August
great.
4th. Yeah, she's a lot of fun. But this time we're going to do it 9 to 10 a.m. It's only $24. So meet here at the Senior Center. Sign up early. We're hoping to get a great crowd. And we have a couple of yoga lattes and yoga classes.
That's
so,
great.
And everyone's welcome to come in and try one class. Make sure it meets your needs. And then go on from there, hopefully. Yeah.
Find the right fit for
Find the
you,
right fit
because
for
we
you.
do
Such a
have
deal.
such a variety of classes that we really do have something for everyone. Now, looking at some of the health and wellness activities that we have coming up, there's some good talks. We have Gentiva Healthcare going to come in and do a talk about memory loss and sort of what are considered normal age-related changes
right.
and things that you may want to
Explore
get some
further.
medical advice. So that they always do a great.
They do a great program.
Provide great information. That's on August 10th at 10 a.m. And then we're doing some hearing screenings on
We are.
August 15th. So this is a good way for people to come in and sort of
if
just
you
have their hearing
question,
tested.
TV's up too loud, you can't hear the phone. You might want to come in and just have a screening for. Those are by appointment only, so we do 15-minute appointments there, and they're here 1 till 3. So it is free, but we do require you to book an appointment August 15th.
Okay, great.
So-
And then Dr. Hamden, I know he's always incredibly popular anytime
He
that he comes
is,
in to give a talk.
he's a neurologist, worked through Cape Cod Healthcare, and he's, it's going to kind of give you an overall, Botox treatments for neuromuscular diseases, dementia-related disorders, neuropathy. So he's kind of going to do a general overall talk, and that will take place August 19th at 9 a.m. I know it's early for some people, but he'll have appointments, I'm sure, in the afternoon.
Yeah. We always have a lot of interest in
We do have a lot of
his
interest.
talks. And then on August 23rd at 10 a.m., we're going to have the Alzheimer's Association come in and talk about tips to help family conversations with loved ones with dementia, which is we talk about here all the time. It can be a very difficult and painful conversation to have with a loved one and with a family.
But it's important.
It's very important.
It's really important for everyone to sit down and have an open conversation, and this will help you with tips on how do you approach family members, and just getting through
I mean,
that.
I think the reality of having to accept a diagnosis, of a loved one with that, it sometimes it might be easier just to kind of deny it, but the most successful stories that we hear are of people who are able to, accept it and create a plan,
together,
a care plan for their loved one, and get the information that they needed to help them make the informed decisions to determine what was best for their loved one. Because each case is different and unique, and what works for one family may not work for another. So,
and actually give the person, if it's early in the disease process, the person with the diagnosis can be part of that, and that's really empowering.
Respecting their wishes.
Exactly. So it benefits everyone.
So this is a great way to come in and learn some strategies about, how to have that conversation and go through that process. Right. And then we're kind of having a little sort of African-themed talk.
Yes.
So Susan, so you are going to again share your kind of once in a lifetime bucket list trip, even though you're doing it again.
We're doing it
was
again.
your safari a couple of years ago.
I had a few people ask me, so I thought, well, maybe we can just try it again and see how maybe some people didn't make it the last time.
Well, having seen your video and your pictures, and it's the next best thing to like going on a safari. I mean, clearly there's no substitute for actually doing that, but if you're maybe thinking about going on a safari, this is exactly what you need to make you book that trip. And if it's something that you can't do, but next best thing, come in and really see what Susan and the group of people that she went on her trip with experienced. And
it was great. The last time we had a few people that had been on a safari, but really weren't traveling now at this point, and we really shared some great stories. So it was a lot of fun.
Amazing.
And it may not be what you think, because you shared that it was above and beyond your expectations, and probably
really was
not
incredible.
what most people would think.
No, so true. It really, every place we went just was so much greater than the last place. It's hard to believe. But
and now you're going to get to do another one.
Going to do another one. I can't wait. I'm counting the days.
Lucky girl.
So I know there's a lot of elephant pictures in your trip, and then we're going to have a talk on August 18th for all the elephant lovers, including me, about, I know they really are, aren't they just the most graceful creatures. August 18th at 10 a.m. So we're going to tell us a little bit about the Elephant Sanctuary.
This is Lisa Budge Johnson. She's a representative for the Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee, and she actually comes around and talks about, brings awareness to this amazing place. It's, 50 or 60 acres, and they have at least a dozen elephants there, and they're all rescued from circuses or zoos. And
I saw a program on it. It was fascinating.
Isn't it? And she has a video, and she speaks.
That's great.
And it's a lot of it is cared for by volunteers. So there's a really amazing group of people that help care for these animals. So that's going to be August 18th from 10 to 11 a.m. And she was here last year, and they loved her talk. So again, I was asked, can you bring her back sometime? So here she is.
Great. If you missed it, come on.
Come on back. And then this will be a fabulous program, I think, Home Fit from AARP. And just preparing your house to be safe as you age.
Oh, yeah.
And they have some wonderful, again, information you can take home with you, but they're going to go over a lot.
They have an amazing guide that they give to people who come to this talk, and I got to tell you, I mean, it really is just unbelievable. They've actually updated it in the last couple of years, and it's, just the design of it is fabulous, but takes you room by room in your house and tells you all the things you need to look out for,
Yeah.
the things that you might want to modify, you know, from really just minor repairs to some of the more major things that people might need to do, you know. But one of the things that's such a big topic, and you know, we've seen this here, you know, through our needs assessment study, is, you know, this whole concept of aging in place and people wanting to stay, now that people are living so much longer and wanting to stay in their homes and live independently for as long as they can. That's a noble goal, because why wouldn't you want to be able to do that, the home that, you know, you feel connected to. And but that can become very challenging as people do age, if they have, you know, physical issues, mobility issues, and maybe need to make some, you know, modifications. And so, you know, we want to encourage people to be able to do that. So just being informed and getting good information. And AARP, you know, really does provide some, I mean, they've done so many studies, you know, and so much research into this. And I would encourage people, if you're really thinking that it's something that you might need to do some work in your home, you know, this is a great talk to come to get that conversation started and try and look at options. You know, again, it's another thing to be very mindful of when you are looking to do any kind of construction work, to be very careful about how you proceed with hiring a contractor. We have seen so many cases of people being, I mean, just recently on the Cape, we've seen a big story that was all over the news about a contractor that, you know, took a lot of money from people and then disappeared. Luckily, he was arrested in another state. But, you know, we just want to make sure people are very mindful of any work they get done.
Ask for references.
Absolutely, you know.
A good contractor will have viable references that you're allowed to call.
Absolutely. So, you know, these are all great workshops. Everything that we talked about and more is in our compass, and this is our August, September. We'll be back next month to talk about everything coming up in September. Some of the other things that we have going on an ongoing basis, our Adult Supportive Day program, our outreach program here at the Senior Centre, which we are very happy to say that we've expanded our outreach hours through a partnership with all of the local libraries. Claudia Borden, our outreach coordinator, is spending time visiting each of the 7 village libraries every month, so she can connect with people who may not be very familiar with our services but may be eligible for some great programs. You know, and you can find all this information in the compass. Also, just ways to keep in touch. You can come in person. We're more than happy to show you around the Senior Centre and give you a copy of our Compass newsletter. You can go online to our website, www.townofbarnstable.us. Please like us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Barnstable Senior Centre. And you can also give us a call to sign up for our weekly e-newsletter that we send out. And that's a great way to keep in touch week to week with all of the happenings here. And lastly, because we are sort of in, you know, the heat of summer and we're kind of suffering through it, we're pretty lucky. We were going to tape our show outside today, but thought better of it when we realized how hot and humid it was. We said we'll just stay in the luxury of our air-conditioned building. If you're at home and you're feeling a little hot, please feel free to come in here. The Senior Centre is an air-conditioned, cool facility. You may want to bring a sweater even, because it does get a little cool for some people here. But you know, that being said, just stay safe in this hot weather. Try and avoid too much sunlight during the day, and make sure that you drink lots of water. Okay. So thank you for watching and listening to us, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.